Hello, welcome back to Jesse's Vintage Garage, and we're back here on the 40. We're gonna probably finish it up in this video. We didn't quite get to finishing up on the last video because we had some other things we had to do, a couple things, and so now we're back, and yeah, we'll finish it up. So we have a few things left remaining to put on here, including the primary assembly, outer cover, and derby cover, and inspection cover, air cleaner. This is the V-twin made Bendix style 6-inch J slot inner backing plate for the air cleaner cover, and then a 6-inch air cleaner cover for the the 40 or stuff. Because in 41 they changed it to a little bit bigger, and But anyways, this is the 3940 style, and before that they had like air horns and stuff, and the Linkard had a whole bunch of different air cleaner cover accessories that came out throughout the years, but with us going with the Bendix, we had to have a certain style to go on here. And of course, the filter is copper mesh. It needs to be wrapped around here yet and held on with the 77 style or 72 to whatever style cadmium plated screws that hold the plate on. We're going to put all the seals in like they were supposed to be, just because that's how it all will hold together tight and nice. It's not going to be holding any oil, of course, but I still want them on there anyway. And the proper hardware for holding the derby cover and the inspection cover on. Probably install this fuel line filter, and the proper kit to get for this is made by Colony. It's 9724-30. This is the correct 36 to 64 big twin style plated and parkerized screws and stuff. And of course, we're going to be hooking up the shift linkage and all that stuff, and probably install this water transfer, the correct style 40 through 43 patent plate. Now, I see a lot of different patent plates out there, but this is the correct one through 40 through 43, because if you don't have the right one, all these little patent numbers change throughout the years, and that's why it changes between 39, 40 to 43, 44 through 45, and so on. And it's water transfer. It's not a metal one. The metal one that looks just like this that you see was actually for like the soft tails and stuff.
Yeah, the shock.
Yeah, and so then we're probably gonna put pads on for like the clutch and my brake pedal. So anyways, we're gonna get started here. So first off, I took all these components off: the left floorboard, the floorboard mount, and then of course the screws. And then we'll work on this going out. I got the cork seal installed here. It just kind of fits the channel here, loop it around. For all procedure, the split in the piece is at the top here, just because obviously if it did have oil in it, it would leak if you put the split at the bottom, and and it probably would leak anyway, because this was kind of a this wasn't meant to seal completely. Otherwise, I don't think they would have designed it this way. So it's one of the reasons why a lot of old Harleys leak, right? Is this whole thing right here. So, and these get all bent out of and stuff over the years, but this is all good going together. And same with our inner primary cover. The tabs here are all decent and everything. So we're gonna run the screws in here and come back here.
Push up the seal.
Got it sitting on here. We're just putting all the screws in now. Kind of hard to see this one here. That one's started. All right, we'll finish this up here and come back. So we got the cover on and we got the screws all tightened up. I checked everything. This is the 41 style outer cover. It has the extra clearance here for the larger clutch that happened in 41. and everything else seemed to work okay. Our belt still, I can feel the gaps between the back and the belt and the front and the belt, so it should work out pretty good. And I already tried the derby cover, and it's clear as this too. So we'll get ready to put the derby cover on and the inspection cover. There we are. We got the covers on. Now there's a procedure where this clutch rod gets bent a little bit, and this book talks about it here. I didn't quite find it here, and then here we go. So it's about right here where they tell you to like bend it a little bit, and there should be a factory pinch adjustment end like it has there, and in the vertical position, which we have it. Once properly adjusted, a direct fold should be placed around the frontal area, which will in effect create an angle in the rod for clearance at the front primary cover. So it does clear it, but when it goes all the way forward, it can actually rub here and actually cause a problem. So pulling it out like right here, making sure that this is straight to about right here, and then tilts into here, is what they're getting at. Okay, so it's just a slight bow, not really like a crease, and then kink and dog leg off to the side. So we know that when we function the clutch, that it doesn't hit at all. So should be good. Just want to make sure that I did that though, but you can see the curve in it right there where it clears it. So all right, we'll work on putting this all back together now. There we are. We got this all installed and all tightened down. There is a little bit of a gap there, but sometimes these primary covers rub on this and have a little bit of a wear spot on them, but this one might and might not. It's kind of close. And I got according to the parts book, in the Palmer book, I got the screws going the right way. The nuts are to the inside. I think they changed that to where the nuts were to the back on 41 and later, but otherwise, yeah, everything looks good here. Move on to something else to add here. Just got done installing the 1941 and later accessory they added to these. They made this to where you had some nice grip on just the standard rocker the way it was. So this is a dash 41 part number, so that explains that. But yeah, there isn't much room here for your foot. We were just saying right before I started pushing record here. But we'll see how that goes, I guess.
I think once you got it in gear, you put your foot right on here, like this.
Yeah, we'll see. I haven't rode one like this before, so. And I got the one on the brake, too. We put that one on over there. So I think now we're going to be ready to maybe install the shifter linkage, because I want to put that on before we put the air clear cover on. We got the rod kind of sitting here. We got it pinned back here. The cotter pin like it is in the book in the factory. And right now we're putting some lube on this pivot pin. This pivot point does not have a grease zerk, so this will be like the only time it gets that, unless it comes apart during routine maintenance. And yeah. There we go. So then here goes the bolt on the outside, and then this wafer washer or waved washer between the two pivot points. And a lock washer and hex nut. I'll put that on. I think I can get it.
I see.
Yep. Lock washer. And like all the rest of the nuts, they have that machine surface that goes towards the fastening side. All right, we'll tighten this up. We do have it neutral on the shift gate, and we do have it neutral on the transmission. And then we're gonna get this all buttoned up and tightened. Then we're going to go through all the gears and just make sure that it all falls in position in each gear. Alright, we're going to check final adjustment here on this shifting. Right now it's in neutral. I can turn the rear wheel.
There's first.
Okay.
There's neutral. There's second. There's third. And there's fourth.
Alright. So it goes along with the gears. So now we can finish tightening this up, and then we're done with this part. We'll go on to something else. In the last video, we put this banjo on here to run the fuel line for the crossover, but I think I'm going to go with the original style metal line that I had got for this bike, and it looks like this, and it falls into the same spot that banjo was at, and it goes over to the other side and hooks in like that, just because it's kind of how it was back then. And that's something I wanted it to look like now too when we get done with it. The main reason why I had to buy that kit was for this piece right here, so we could run flex line to the carburetor here for the Bendix, because that would have had a metal line as well, and then it would fed differently to the linker. So we're going to get this all put up in there, and we'll come back and look at it. That line we just saw there was made by a Strange Bird, and here's the part number for it. It was for 40 through 48 U and ULs, because everything's different and how it lines up. So you got to get model year and model specific. We're installing that line right now. Got it lined up over there really well. We didn't really require much fitting, but it just kind of like fell right in places. Like they do a really good job at Strange Bird making things fit. So far we've had luck on all the stuff I bought from there for this bike anyway. And this one over here might need to bend just a little bit, but this will also, when it gets run up in there, it'll form to it. Got the fuel line all hooked up and run. All tightened up nice there, and we put that special fitting on there, and then now we can run our flexible line here to the Bendix here, and we put a nice fuel filter in there. I have lots of words there, but yeah, this is looking pretty good. We're going to be ready to be putting the backing plate on now, and then do the air cleaner part, and then outer cover. Just a little bit left here, and we'll be all finished. Got the backing plate on with the special screws made by Colony. It has like a star washer back there, and then it's Phillips head here. Doesn't quite match the old bike stuff, and there's a gasket, of course, between there. And we Loctited the screws so they don't back out at all. So we should be good here. Now for the next step, we got to take this copper mesh thing and wrap it around here. So we're going to work on that here. Got it all wrapped around there, and it kind of just holds itself. Then there's this huge spring we got to put in here that keeps tension on the J-slot part. So it's a crazy spring that goes inside here.
There it is.
All right, and then the outer cover, I guess.
It's an original.
Yeah. It's got some chrome flaws, but it's in really good shape. Replaced that tag on the very beginning when I started working on this bike, and because you can't really get aftermarket ones that actually have Harley Davidson written on it. So, right, this looks pretty nice. Well, I guess we'll do the hard part now is try to do this water transfer thing, and I don't know how many times we're going to do it. I only got one. So if it doesn't work, I guess we'll have to get another one or just leave it like this. But we'll see. In this book, it talks about the water transfer decal, and this is one of the main reasons why I bought this book, even though it had a lot of this other information and stuff. But the Palmer book covered a lot of that also. But I couldn't find this information anywhere else. And it talks about the position, the angle, the distance between the points and the edge of the tank, all that stuff. So we're going to work on this part here, and hopefully it turns out. So it says the HD pad decal is located approximately 3/4 to an inch beneath the top of the oil tank. The decal should be positioned vertically at the same angle as the oil tank. So the oil tank does kind of go at an angle.
I think it should run the same as this.
Yeah,
too.
it runs the same.
Not like this
No,
or like
right.
that.
Right, so you're keeping it with the... Yeah, you're right. That's exactly how it goes. Well, according to the picture anyway.
Well, see, I look at this.
Yeah, you're following the parallel of the coil. I mean, I could have wrote that too, but...
Now, how far in this way or how far out this way? Looks like it's out about this far. Is it right before this bend?
Right before the flat spot here, yeah. Somewhere in there. I think we could be...
Right about there.
We can be off a little bit, but I think if we have the right angle and the right distance, running the...
I think it looks pretty good about there. Okay.
Let's see what happens. About an inch from the top or so. Yeah, about right there.
About there?
Yeah. Maybe a little... yeah, that's fine.
I think it'll move somewhat.
There you go. Slide up just a little bit, can you? Yeah.
Right there?
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Then here's your card you wanted to use to...
I don't have no air
get
bubbles.
the air bubbles. Oh, you don't? Not even down here?
No. Not that I see.
Wow, that really worked out, I guess.
Just trying to work it out here. There it is. Just matter. Ooh, let it dry. Look square.
Yes. Looks pretty good.
Okay.
It might be off a millimeter or something, or a fraction of an inch, but we're not having this judged, but it could be.
As long as you're happy with it.
I'm happy.
That's what it amounts to.
Let's do an overall here, and we'll get on to something else here. Here we are. We're going to start working on lubrication now. So in this segment of the book, it talks about general lubrication and all the different points here and numbers tell you how often intervals you're supposed to do these components. So seeing how a lot of this stuff is all fresh and doesn't have grease on it anymore, or now, it's going to get a run through anyway. So over here on this side, it has 3 different columns where it talks about A would be down here. It talks about chassis grease. B is high melting point. We're going to probably run high melting point to every grease circuit in this thing, which is kind of a better grease anyway, especially the grease we're using. Anyways, then column C is engine oil. So the first ones here, we're starting on the left, it looks like, is where the numbers all go. So it'll be the front whole section there by the wheel. We're going to go over that here in a minute, and then from there. Alright, so the first one would be this operating shaft grease circuit here.
We've got to hold this right here. Hold push inward.
Yep, it's a lot easier.
How much? How many?
Well, it's going to start squeezing out, so we don't want it to fill up the entire brake either. So
Got to hold push in hard so it don't leak out around it.
Okay, try that.
That's plenty.
There we go. All right, so that was one. All right, so number 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all the front wheel areas right there. And
About
then
these up here.
that's number 5. That's the fork. So this is 5 here.
How about these? The rockers.
Yeah. All this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So.
These are next?
Yep. So we'll just
hold or pump, one of the two.
So we'll just knock out the front wheel here while we're here.
Yep, it's starting to come out. Got it?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, and then this one up here.
Nope. Push down.
Dang.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, there.
And then this one
You
here.
gotta make sure you level it.
Yeah, these straight on instead of at an angle. Yeah, okay, try that.
Yep.
All
right. Got it?
All right, there's our last one on this side up in the front. This is our, like...
Okay.
Yeah, here's our last one here. It starts to come out there.
I think that's plenty. I don't want it to go inside.
Yep. Right. Otherwise we get all of our brake shoes. All right, so number 5 is on the fork, on the front forks there, on both sides. This one right here.
Ready?
Yeah.
More?
Yeah.
It's getting tight. There it went.
We want to get them pivot ball things, and they're all nice and lubed up.
Is it coming out anywhere?
I don't see it yet, but
It should be.
It's coming out here. When I made a mess.
Then you weren't watching.
Yeah, I'll hold that on there straight.
Press in hard.
Yep.
And you watch it.
There it comes out. Yep, we saw that one for sure. All right, that's 5.
Got it?
Yep, we gotta knock out this other side of the rockers here. Yeah, it's starting to come out.
It is coming out?
Yeah, it is right there. And then the back one here.
Got it?
Not yet. Yeah, it's on.
Press down.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, so number 6 and 7 are on the other side. All right, it shows number 6 as being this, but it's a friction disc, so we got it nice and it's working good and it's lubed up anyway, so it doesn't create a lot of friction and stuff and wear. And then number 7 was the T-bar. We gotta lift the seat up and grease that circuit that's in there.
And we got the back of the seat.
Yep, and then we have this one here, so on. We'll do that one quick. There we go, we got that one greased. It started coming out on both sides. After I got it straight on there, it kind of made a little mess. We cleaned it up. All right, so 6 was that whole thing, and we talked about that. And then 7 was the seat T, and then 8 right here was the seat post. We just did that one. 9 we have it's showing us on the brake side.
Yeah, so on the brake line.
And then we'll come back up over here and.
Well, we're here now.
We already did this one. This was 10 though, the front wheel.
Crossover.
And as long as we don't miss them, but we can do 11, which would be our brake and brake lever, and our crossover is number 12, like you just mentioned. So we'll do all of them real quick here.
I don't know if I can get to it with this.
All right, this is considered number 9 in the book, but we're gonna just do this one real quick. And just a little bit because I did loop this up a little bit when I put the rear brake all together.
It's coming out already all the way around it. See it?
Yeah. Right there. Yep. These were considered number 10 on the book, but we docked them out when we did the front end. And then this is our next one here.
Oh yeah.
Our rear brake pedal.
Nope. Push hard. Up with it. There. Hold hard.
Jeez.
High.
I'm trying to hold it up high.
Yeah.
All right, so there we are with number 11, and we can see the grease come out the gap between this and the backing plate. Number 12 was this one. We did that one already. 13 is the rear hub, rear wheel. This has a greaser on the center piece of the hub. It's in the front here. Yeah, I haven't on the lift yet, so we could probably rotate this to get to it easier. There we are. We'll do that one quick. It's going to take a bit. All right, so number 14 is the front wheel, and it's located for us right now on the lift here. It's on the bottom, so we should be able to get to that. All right, so 14 is done. 15 is the commutator end on the generator for 3-brush. We don't have that, so we're going to skip 15. 16 is in the A column. We used the high melting point red grease on all of these. You don't need to switch between greases. If you do the best one you can get, you can do all these 2 columns for sure. A and B. C is engine oil. We'll talk about that. So 16 here is engine oil on the cable pivots and the actual cable itself and the cable oiler. So okay, so all right, so with this here, they're talking about the pivot here, we're putting oil there, and then we did put some cable grease on this cable itself, some oil, but that's what they're talking about in the book. It's this whole section right here. And using the oiler, but I didn't make that functional. So, but anyway, we had run oil down the line anyway. So we got the front brake hand lever all lubed up and stuff, and the twist grip for the spark control that is lubed. We know that is. And the air cleaner talks about having number 18 air cleaner here. Talks about engine oil. We didn't really put that on there. That's mostly for like keeping the dust down and stuff. But we have paved roads nowadays, so we're pretty okay with what we got. 19th engine oil. We did that already in the tank. 20 shoots over here to the neck. The neck bearings, individual bearings. Now we did that when we put it all together, so we're good on that one. 21 is the throttle control. We know that that's lubed because we swapped out that throttle spiral, and we lubed it then too. 22 is the transmission, saying engine oil in the transmission. We know we put transmission fluid in this. We've seen all that before, so that is number 22, and that's the last one. So I think we got everything covered. Well, we're coming to an end on this project, this restoration project here, and it's really nice to see this thing come together like I imagined a long time ago when I first got a lot of these parts and just had a big pile of parts laying around, and finally came back together as a big whole. So anyway, and in closing here, I guess this was a really fun project and really neat to see it come together, and we had fun along the way and everything. It's kind of too bad it's come to an end, but we'll probably see this bike again. It might not be a restoration video, but we'll probably get it out and ride it and see how it all looks in the spring, this summer. And yeah. But hope you enjoyed everything with this. This was a long project. And yeah, so we'll see you again soon. We got a lot more going on here. And yeah, you never know what we'll have coming up. Well, this is after the closing there in the last segment, but I forgot to mention something, and I really didn't need to do this, but I kind of wanted to, and I was making a point of it at the beginning, but I was gonna. But when I was putting the floorboard together, I did add a road spirit bell on here. And anyways, the whole deal with this is long time ago when I first started riding. My mother kind of made a big point of this because it was a biker thing. And anyways, the whole deal is the legend is that that this bell would kind of like keep evil road spirits from causing you to fall over or whatever, and bringing bad luck to you and your bike, like creating mechanical problems as well. And anyways, but anyway, I had to put it on there because it's just a final touch on my Harley bikes. So I'll probably put one on the 56 too when that comes up. But anyway, just wanted to show that. So anyway, I can't stop looking at this bike. It's pretty sweet. So we'll get on to working on some more projects here. We'll see you again.